not easy. Behind 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 it, there's a lot of work, there's a lot of effort that is being put before you see the content that is being put out by a lot of brands, by a lot of individuals, and so forth. So we will try to look at some of the techniques that are used by these different people who are already into social media management. And then you should also know that social media management is becoming a career of its own. That's why these days you will see entities advertising for the position of a social media manager. They will want someone whose focus will only be social media management, communicating with followers, tracking analytics, and writing monitoring and evaluation reports for social media channels for particular brands. So this is where our discussions will be today. And I invite each and everyone to be very, very attentive. You should be able to ask questions, especially when the time comes. You should be very, very active in any discussions that may arise. We may have breakout sessions. So when you go to these breakout rooms, make sure that you are able to lead the discussion and then later on report back to the entire meeting. And then you should also be able to participate in polls. We'll have, I think, one poll for the start of the session, and then after that, we will call it a day. Otherwise, good to have you all, especially people who are there yesterday. I see Taga Julius, I see Weu Dut, I see Francis Ring, I see Simon Rienga Piom, I see Moro Moses, I see Nancy, you were late yesterday. I don't know whether you caught up with us, but good to see you today, Ali. And then we have James Lokosang. I see there's a new person here, Nasarian or something. We see Thomas Lomoro. You were there yesterday. We have Rachel. We have Asiki Alex. Good to see you today. We have Richard Mawa. You were there yesterday. And then we have KG. It's a new person in the building. And then we have Daniel Deng was there yesterday. So good to see you all. As usual, we'll start at exactly 15 minutes past 2. We'll start with a poll, and then after that we will move on with the discussions. As we answer the polls, I invite anyone who wants to say something. You want to say hi to the entire team, you're welcome. You want to wish us a happy Sunday, you're welcome. Francis, I see you're smiling. You want to say something? So the poll is launched. Yeah, so we have launched the poll. Please.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Beda and the rest of the team. Actually, as Mr. Beda put it earlier, we had a very nice session yesterday. Though it was our first session, but the way we approached it was very unique, and I think we would have more idea today compared to yesterday, because today, though people are still turning up, but it will be different because we are familiar with most of the things in terms of digital marketing, and what we are going to talk about today, social media management. It's something that we are more familiar with than digital marketing, because digital marketing is very wide, but when you talk of social media management, it's narrow. And things that we'll talk about are things that we do in our daily basis. As long as you have a Facebook account or any of the social media account, so there is nothing strange that we will talk about today. Only that maybe you would have an idea of how certain things work, in a way that you did not know before. I think that will be the only difference. Otherwise, social media management, it's something very familiar, and then we will dig into it professionally, especially how content reach to the page, because as Mr. Beda said earlier, there are some contents that we admire in Facebook or any of the platform, but these contents that we admire, they pass through certain process, that is consists of different professionals. So we will look into all those, and hopefully we will try to implement as much as we can. Otherwise, thank you very much, Mr. Beda, for the chance, and thank you everyone for for being with us today again. Thank you.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much, Francis. I hope you had a lovely Sunday morning. And yes, anyone who wants to say something, you're welcome. Maybe a lady, KG or Nancy, you want to say hi? Or Rachel?
Hello, how are you doing, Vida?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm doing good.
Hope you can get me clear.
Very clear. How was morning glory?
Well, I had a very epic show today, and
Okay.
for those who are surprised, don't be surprised. Morning Glory, it's a gospel show that happens every Sundays at Classic FM. I'm Ray, who do host it from 6 to 10. So don't miss it next Sunday. I would like to thank you guys so much for such an amazing platform. It has been something that I've been looking for so much. As a tech entrepreneur, I feel it's part of my life and it's part of me, even though I'm to employ someone to do it. At the end of the day, it should also be me to have the concept and the knowledge of exactly what's happening. So yesterday, unfortunately, my data made me let me down whereby I couldn't continue the session. But I got most of it, especially types of marketing and digital marketing and stuff like that. It's really fruitful, especially as a country like South Sudan. So I would really love to share experiences that I've went through, especially maybe some of you did. Due to the sanctions that we do have, it gets really quite challenging even to reach and to be recognized. So therefore, I feel this session is important. It enlightens more, shows us how the ecosystem in South Sudan is and how we can adapt to it, especially with people who are experienced. Like maybe some of us who have been out of the country might be a bit different, but then to South Sudan as well, we need to have our own unique ways on how to approach and make content reach out to many. Therefore, I will say that I'm so excited to be part of this session today. And hopefully, I believe I'll be, I made sure that everything is well so that I continue up to the end of the program. So thank you so much. I just don't know how long will it take. Like, will it take also another extra day? Because if not, we should plan it at least once in a month so that we get much more information and insights regarding whatever is happening in the digital world. Thank you so much.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Rachel. I think you will be I will be attacking you from point to point to be able to come in and like share your expertise in respect to this particular discussion. So I would like to end the poll. I see we have 77% votes. What is your current level of experience with social media management? I see 76% of the attendees have intermediate experience, which is excellent. And then which social media platforms are you familiar with? 100% of the attendees are familiar with Facebook. 82 familiar with LinkedIn, and then 24% are familiar with Pinterest. And what 47% of you want to promote your business or products, I think, which is a good thing. And then how much time are you willing to dedicate? Because like Rachel said, this is not a one-off thing. You should make sure that you are committed to be able to learn new things each and every day. So I see 65% of attendees are willing to dedicate 1 to 3 hours of their time per week to learning digital marketing, which is a very good commitment. I wish you every best, and you can always reach out in case you need help. And then which of the following topics do you want to learn more about? We see that 47% of people want to learn content creation, and then 24% want to learn audience engagement. Perfect. Yeah, so this is the result of the poll. You can see the results here for question 1, for question 2, for question 3, for question 4, and for question 5. I think right now we have a better understanding of all people who are in the call, and we'll just get started with the presentation. And And of course, we will have time for questions each and every at each and every point. So feel free to ask your questions by using the chat box, or when the opportunity comes, you will be asked to unmute and then share your question. So let me just share my screen. You will let me know in case you are getting it or not. Um, Good. All of you are seeing my screen. Okay. Great. Thank you for the information. So we can get started. So of course, this is entirely designed for beginners so that they have a basic understanding of social media management, the importance of social media management, and how anyone can leverage to achieve business goals. So in this session, we will basically explore the key aspects of social media marketing, including content creation, community management, analytics, and advertising. So by the end of this course, we expect that all of you have a better understanding of how to create and execute effective social media strategies. So of course, for you to venture into social media management, you should make sure that you first understand the different social media platforms. This means that you should first know the demographics of your audience, and then and that is why yesterday in digital marketing, we talked about something called the buyer persona. So this includes the typical characteristic of your target what customer. This could be what could be the age brackets, what are their likes, what are their dislikes, and how can you best reach them. And then we talk about what are your goals. Of course, as a business, you must have goals that you want as you venture in social media marketing. Is your goal awareness? You just want people to know about the purpose of your project, or you want people to know more about your organization and stuff like that. So you should know what your business goals are. So we have different social media platforms. We have Facebook. Facebook has over 2 billion users, and mostly it's used for building relationships. It is best for building brand loyalty. And then we have Twitter. Twitter has over 300 million users. Most of them are 30 to 49 years. And then it's good for news, articles, as well as conversations. And then it's best used for public relations. And then we have Pinterest. Pinterest has over 400 million users. Surprisingly, Pinterest has more users than Twitter. And then I see Pinterest has 78% female users. Interesting. And then we have YouTube. YouTube has over 2 billion users. All ages, all age groups are there, and it's good for brand awareness and for generating leads. And then we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn has over 700 million users. Most of it is for networking. It is good for sharing news. So you can use it for business development as well as brand awareness. And then we have Instagram. Instagram has 1 billion users, and it's good for building relationships, conversation, and it's good for beauty businesses, entertainment, food, generating leads, and retail businesses. And then we have TikTok. TikTok has over 600 million users, and it's mostly young people are the one on TikTok. Mostly, that's why you see people having dancing videos and stuff like that. It's good for building relationships as well as having conversations, and then also good for building brand loyalty as well as a community. So this is the first thing that you should do if you must venture into social media management. First, understanding your audience, how to reach your audience, and you should be clear with your goals, with the goals as to why you are venturing into social media management. And this is a basic understanding of all these social media platforms that we already have. So what are the benefits of you using social media for your business? So we have one, connectivity with different people. Most of us, like there are a lot of you that I have not met you in real life, but we interact using these social media platforms, and somehow we have connected. Yeah, and the social media is also used for promotion. You see a lot of people doing advocacy and stuff like that using social media and stuff like that. We have awareness. You see a lot of, even you see when there was COVID and there are a lot of other issues, people use social media to be able to share messages of awareness so that people are better informed when it comes to different issues that affect us. And then we have education and information. You see, we have people are making even groups and stuff like that, classrooms and stuff like that, to be able to share educational content on different social media platforms. When you go to TikTok, even TikTok, people make a lot of videos teaching people different aspects of things depending on your followers. Yeah, and then we have entertainment. That's why you see people doing comedy on these social media platforms, and then we get to watch some comedy skits. You see people making memes, like in South Sudan we have the Afande memes, we have the South Sudan bro and stuff like that. So they just share content for entertainment purposes. And then we have news updates. That's why you see even a lot of media institutions making sure that they have social media platforms so that they are able to share news and stuff like that. Even individuals venturing into citizen and community journalism so that like they keep their community informed on issues that are happening around them. So these are all benefits of social media. Like, of course, yeah, so you can use it for increasing brand awareness, humanizing your brand, staying top of mind, increasing website traffic, generating leads, boosting sales, crisis communication, reputation management, source content to help you go viral, promote content, and also helps you partner with influencers. So these are all different importances or benefits of social media that each and everyone should have. And yeah, so like we said, social media is a very powerful tool that allows businesses to be able to connect with their audience on a personal level and build brand awareness, loyalty, as well as trust. So the importance of social media management lies in its ability to help businesses achieve their goal, whether the goal is increasing sales, whether the goal is driving website traffic, whether the goal is improving your customer support. Social media lies in the ability to help you achieve your business goal as a brand. And then also, before we go into this deep into social media management, before you go deep into social media management, like I stated earlier, it's really important, and we emphasize that you should be able to define your goals and objectives. Don't just go to social media because you see another brand promoting social media, promoting their brand on social media, but you want to venture. What is your goal? What objectives do you want to achieve? So make sure that that is very clear. That definition is very clear, so that when you dive into social media, you know where you are heading to. You have a clear roadmap. So, social media management itself helps you improve your social media present, helps you set up and successfully run social media ads, helps you create content that is unique so that you can post on each platform. Social media management also helps you create a content calendar, and social media management helps you reply to messages and comments, and social media management helps you analyze your social media performance. So these benefits of social media management is different from the other benefit of social media that we looked at. So this one here is the main aspect, like the big deal here of why you should properly manage your social media channels. So social media management is a process itself. So what you need to do is this. First, make sure that you research your target audience as somebody who is going into social media management. Make sure that you have a clear understanding of your target audience by having the personas that we were talking about. And then after that, you choose the right social media channels. That means that you create the social media channels and make sure that you brand them properly. Like you see, there are a lot of people who mess with brand names online. Yeah, like they don't clearly name their brands very well. Like you see, even the Twitter doesn't match properly with the Facebook doesn't match with the Instagram and stuff like that. So make sure that you clearly name your your brand. And then we have creating compelling content. This is where now content marketing comes in. So the good news is this year is a year of AI revolution, artificial intelligence. So you're not really going to crack your mind a lot in creating content. So what you do is, with the help of artificial intelligence, you can sort of easily create content. And what you can do is to just refine it. So with artificial intelligence, what you need to do is you should be able to ask it the right questions. And that is called prompting. When you put the correct prompts, my friends, you will see it's really, really easy to create this content. So your challenge might be now the graphics and stuff like that, but you need to learn also basic graphics. And then make sure that you evaluate and analyze results. Yesterday, I touched a bit about social media audit, but I will talk later on about social media audit. So this means that you should clearly have your key performance indicators, or what you call the metrics, that you will use to measure your success. And then you see what is going on properly and what is not going on properly. And then you should be able to engage in discussions, especially if you're somebody who is still new into, if your social media sort of thing is still new. Make sure that you really actively engage with the audience. You reply to their comments, you reply to their messages and stuff like that. You can reduce on that now when your brand is very big, like where there are, of course, over 100 comments. That one there you cannot reply to all of them, obviously. But when your brand is when your brand is a manageable one, you should make sure that you try your best. You see, like MTN, what MTN does on their Facebook, they try their best. Like those social media guys, they try their best to reply to almost every comment. You see, that is part of a proper social media kind of stuff. Make sure that you are able to engage with your with your community. And then you should be able to distribute content on on social media. You should be able to share. If you are part of a lot of groups, you can share your content with those groups. And if you're part of a network, you can encourage the members of your network to be able to share that content. So now, if you're a social media manager, you know that these are your these are your your tasks. Your tasks, you have three main tasks daily as a social media manager. One, you should be able to respond to followers. Like I said, make sure, especially if your brand is a small one, like you are still new and stuff like that, you don't have that very huge following. Try your best to make sure that you engage with the audience. This means that you reply to their comments. In case they send messages to your inbox, make sure that you reply to them and stuff. Even if sometimes those comments can be very annoying, but you can try your best to somehow reply. And then we have engage with influencers. Yesterday we say that influencers are people who have very huge social media following. People who have very huge social media following, people who have, like, when they write something, like maybe, for instance, if I share the same content and then an influencer shares the same content, the level of engagement that I will get will not be the same level of engagement that an influencer will get. See that? So you need, as somebody who is venturing into this, make sure that you stay connected with influencers and see how you can bring them on board to be able to promote your brand or to be able to promote your product. And then another work of your work daily as social media manager is to be able to curate content. This is a very hard task. So make sure that you are able to to really do that. Yeah. And yeah, so your focus as a social media manager is make sure that your focus should be choosing we're just doing an overview. Yeah, choosing the right social media platforms, responding to your social media followers, auditing your existing social media strategy, building your social media content calendar, creating a specific social media content, growing your social media reach, researching your target audience, developing your social media ads, creating a social media strategy, designing your social media profile. So these are the main focuses of social media management. So if you know that you're a social media manager, this is your work, nothing else. And make sure that you focus entirely here and perfect yourself in these roles. So that is it with what social media management is. I hope it's very clear with that definition. Does anyone have a question with what social media management is? Or if someone wants to make an addition, Francis, you want to make an addition?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Beda. I think you were very clear. You were very clear on social media management and of course the basics of social media. I think what I need to emphasize on more two. One, as you've said, is the goal, because you know, businesses, they have different goals or objectives of going for something. Okay, before you go for social media, you need to come up and you see the goals that you're going for social media, and these goals, it's not you individual assuming who is going to come up with these goals. It's going to be, a team that consists of different professionals and different roles, and it's through these goals that will determine which social media platform is suitable. You see, so this one, it's a process, and each process has an influence on the next step that you are taking. So it's a process that you need to be careful, so that at the end of the day, you can end up getting the goals that you aim from the first moment. And then secondly, it's the branding. As Mr. Bida said, social media, it's one of the busiest platforms, of which there's so many brands available. There's so many brands and there's so many users. So you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent with your brand, so that your clients that you are targeting cannot get confused when it comes to identifying your services, out of all these services. Because and branding, it's not only about the logo. It's also include the colors, because as a business, there are some specific colors that you stick with regardless of what. So branding, it's not only about the logo, but it's about the colors. It's also about the tone or the voice. It's about, you need to be consistent and specific, so that your client can easily identify you in social media, because social media, it's one of the busiest platforms. So once you are clear with this, then it would be very, very, very easy for you to interact with your clients easily. And then when it comes to management, it's social media management. It's a big responsibility, and it's a responsibility that requires a lot of things. It requires working hand in hand with different professionals, because as a social media, for example, you may not have much knowledge about the field that you are working in. For example, you're working for example, in hotel and hospitality industry, and as a social media manager, you may not have that knowledge compared to expertise who are in that field. So and for you to be in position, you need to work hand in hand with them, so that you can come up with accurate information and share it out there, because the information that is put out there, it's the information that represent the business or the company or the services that you're. So social media management requires a lot of flexibility. It requires a lot of flexibility, and it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork. There was a content that I shared in my business social media account, Facebook. I shared it on 8th of May. I talked about 6 points that people should consider when they're putting up a balanced social media team. When you talk of a balanced social media team, it's a team that can come up with something worthy. Of which one of the first point is what I highlighted yesterday, the digital native. As a social media manager, you need to be someone who is growing up in a digital environment, someone who is compatible with computers, how technologies are advancing. And then in one of your team also, you need to put in people who are good in planning, people who are good in coordinating, people who think ahead, people who are good in scheduling, because social media, it's about scheduling. Like in social media management, there are moments that you schedule, like you schedule 15 contents ahead or 30 contents ahead. You schedule them, and then once that day comes, automatically the content goes out. So it will not require you to, every day you write the content. So it's more of, that. And then one of the point that I put is, of course, the team has to, someone who is good in communication, because social media, it also requires communication in terms of writing blogs, in terms of telling good stories, in terms of, convincing clients when it comes to the industry that you're in and the services that you offer. So in a team, you need someone who is good in communication, someone who tells good stories, someone that will always, motivate people to listen to more and more. So you need to have that kind of person. And then number 4, you need to have someone who is creative, someone who can come up with good, relevant ideas, in terms of contents, because, these contents are making different ways. For example, there are some contents that are meant to inform, and then there are some contents that are meant to educate, and there are some contents that are meant to entertain, So, and to come up with all these kind of contents based on the field that you're in, you need to have people who are creative, because, content always requires creativity. Some people who are very, very creative, so that you can be able to come up with content. And then another point when it comes to balanced social media team, you need to have, product experts, people who are experts. Assuming if you're working with a company who sells products, you need to have those people who are experts in those products, so that once they talk, they can be seen like people who really understand the industry. So because once you talk as someone who understands the industry, it reflects. So you need to have those kind of people. And then the last point is Mr. Beda touched about it. You need to have people who are good in analytics. Someone who is good in numbers. Someone who can come up with with good numbers in terms of growth, in terms of how social media is progressing, positively. So coming up with having that kind of balanced team in your social media management, it will guarantee all of your objectives that you put at the first point when you were choosing the social media management. It's not a must to come up with with that team, but also as a social media, you need to have strategies, or like, for example, if you need something that an expert could do, how would you get it? Or for example, if you need something, that someone who is good in scheduling or planning, how you can. So it's all about being prepared and also knowing what is required at any kind of step when it comes to social media management. Otherwise,
Perfect.
I am very happy and thank you very much.
Excellent. Beautiful insights and very, very helpful for, especially for us who have been listening attentively. Thank you so much, Francis, for that. I saw Rachel, your hand was up. Would you like to say something? 2 minutes, Rachel?
Yeah, I just wanted to have an insight regarding how this can be solved. Talking about the influencers, okay? I've realized something. If you're to see in other countries, influencers are very, very up into brands and everything. But when it comes to South Sudan, I feel they themselves need to be educated. I've witnessed majority of them. Once you approach someone and even you are interested to pay them, because of the name that they do have, or I don't know what exactly how it feels like. Someone feels they overcharge into the extent they chase away a person who was supposed to aid them. Okay? You find that, I don't want to point fingers, but you find top notch artists that claim to be one. When you approach them and you be like, I want you to market this brand for me, and I have this amount of money, then they'll start to feel you are less with that money of yours. So I feel like even sometimes it's not really important if they are to be put into picture. Those who are willing, they also have to negotiate and see. You see, and at the same time, there's this thing called managers. I feel like most of the managers, even they don't know what they are doing with their celebrities. They mess up everything and it gets really, really confusing. Someone negotiates on behalf of that celebrity, and while the celebrity doesn't know anything. And you find that once you pay the manager the amount that they wanted, he will give the celebrity less of that. And they'll be like, it's Junubin. They don't have money. And the other person will spoil your brand ahead, saying that I worked with this brand and they don't have money. So such kind of things really distracts digital marketing, or like to put influencers on picture. Most of them are arrogant. They don't have the business language. They don't have that communication skill or either management skill even for themselves or negotiation skill. So I feel like apart from us who are into the business, what about them? They really need to be educated because every endorsement has its own sizes, has its own target, has its own thing, but they don't really understand on how exactly they should be using their own name to promote brands. They look into the international offering people that they are the ones to be promoted, while they forgot the fact that we have local brands that are used by local people that can be consumed and reach out to many people. That's how we promote home brands for our home people to even know them much more. You get?
Yes, yes, I get your point. So thank you so much, Rachel. I think in that case, the point is those influencers, in my opinion, they're supposed to have social media managers. Yeah. So and then it is now the work of the social media manager to be able to make sure that the deal is executed, like the deal of promoting the brand is executed. I remember was it last year or somewhere, John Frog got a deal of promoting there's a new beer company. The guy just posted 1 or 2 times, and I never saw another post from him about that beer again. So I'm even wondering what kind of deal did they do? But for real, like most of these influencers, they need a lot of work, like you said. But to me, that can be solved by making sure that they have professionals to be able to manage their social media presence. Yeah, I remember even there was a time John Frog went to Twitter. He created a new Twitter account, and then people were following him. Immediately you follow him, he unfollows you. Like he follows you so that you follow him, and then he unfollows you. That people were already mad at him and stuff like that. So really, they need to move from managing their brands themselves to making sure that they get professionals to be able to manage their brands. Thank you all for the insights. Let's move to creating a social media strategy. Now, please and please, Francis said that, I said that earlier and I'm saying it again. Make sure that you are able to identify your target audience, because this is very, very crucial for you to be able to create content that resonates with your audience. And then after that, your content strategy should be able to outline the type of content that you will create and how often you're going to post that. Remember, Francis also mentioned something to do with scheduling. So scheduling is how often you will be posting content. And then we have building a social media calendar. That is, again, as part of your scheduling. This helps you to ensure that you are posting consistently and also in a timely manner. And then lastly, you should be able to organize your content in advance, which allows you to see the big picture and make sure your post aligns with your goals and brand objectives. So your social media canvas should look like this. One, you should have your goal. Write what success looks like for you. Like you as a brand manager, like when you look into the future, what does success look like for you? You need to have this clearly written. Then after that, you identify the channels. Select the channels that you want to leverage. Is it Facebook? Is it Twitter? Is it WhatsApp Business? Is it Instagram? Is it Google My Business? Is it Pinterest? Is it LinkedIn? Is it YouTube? Is it Messenger? Is it Snapchat? What content, what channel do you want to choose? And then after that, you need to plan when you will post on social media. After that, you should have your content topics. Get down a few key categories that you can post around. What are the categories of content that you would like to share with your audience? And then after that, you need to look at your content format. Identify what post formats your users prefer. Do they like questions? Do they like long stuff? Do they like clicking on links? What do they like? Do they like videos? Do they like audiograms? What type of content do your audience prefer? And then after that, you need to look at the content tone. Choose a tone to create the feelings that your audience want. Like somebody, like Rachel was saying that some of people are rude. So you need to see so that you don't create a content that you write in a tone where you're very rude. Yeah. And then a team. Francis talked about the team. So you need to make sure that you pick who will be able to coordinate around the work, and then make sure you have a budget. Of course, social media is not free, man. Make sure that you spend. You need to put in money to be able to succeed in social media management. Make sure that you have a budget. You have something to spend on your social media work. So, so when you are creating your content, we say that different types of content perform better on different platforms. For instance, when you want to perform very well on Instagram, make sure that you're looking at images and videos. If you want to perform well on Twitter, make sure that you're looking at very small pieces of writing. You don't need to write lectures on very long stuff on Twitter. If you want to write for YouTube, if you want to do YouTube, make sure that you should be able to create good videos. If you want to do Pinterest, Pinterest is mostly short videos and images. So you should know that different types of content perform better on different platforms. And then you should be able to create engaging visuals because they are very essential for catching users' attention and earning engagement. And then you should also be able to craft effective captions and headlines, which can encourage users to engage with your content. And then you should be looking at developing a consistent brand voice that can help build brand recognition and trust with your followers. This brand voice can include something like a hashtag. Make sure that you have maybe a hashtag for your what? For your brand. Like I saw recently, there was this international comedy festival by a cow jumbo. They created a hashtag for it. So all people who are talking about that particular sort of festival, they use that hashtag. So this is the meaning. Like maybe you doing Classic FM, you create a hashtag for Classic FM, where when you post content, you should be able to use that particular hashtag. So that particular hashtag can serve as a brand voice, and which can help build your brand recognition. So when somebody sees that hashtag, someone says, "Oh, this person is talking about this business." You see that? So that is how it works. And so this is an example of a social media strategy that you should, and a content calendar. Let me just share my screen again so that you see how a social media strategy looks like. Are you seeing my screen? Yeah. So this is a basic social media strategy for a fictional clothing brand. This is just it's not a real brand, okay? It's just a fictional one. This one is called Fashionable Attire. This is the business name. So here we define the goal of this particular social media strategy. So we say the first step is to be able to define what do you want to achieve with the social media presence. In this case, for my fashionable attire, My goal is to increase brand awareness and drive traffic to my website. So my goal here is one, to increase Instagram followers by 20% in the next 6 months. That is very clear. I want to, what do I want to do? Increase Instagram followers. By what percentage? 20%. What timeline? 6 months. That is a clear goal. And then another one is to drive 500 clicks to my website from Facebook in the next 1 month. So here I want to make sure that in the next 1 month, I have 500 clicks from Facebook to my what? To my website. This again, a very clear goal. So this is one. When you're doing a social media strategy, make sure that you have clear goals like that. And then number two, you should be able to target your audience. So the next is to identify who your target audience is. In this case, for my fashionable attire, my target are young adults between the ages of 18 and 35 who are interested in fashion. These are my target audience. Like that, it's very clear. I know who my content will be, intended for. And then after that, I choose my social media platforms. So based on my target audience, I'm going to choose social media platforms to focus on. In this case, fashionable attire will choose to focus only on Instagram and Facebook. I will only create Instagram and Facebook accounts because that is where I believe my audience are, people between the ages of 18 and 35 who are interested in in fashion. And then after that, I'm going to develop a content plan. So the content plan that aligns with my goals, objectives, and target audience. So for example, I will create my content plan like this. So on Mondays, on Instagram, I will do a product showcase where I will post about new arrivals. I will post new arrivals. Hey guys, this week I have new arrivals. If you're looking for sweaters, you're looking for this, please come do this. And then on Facebook, I will share a blog post where I will write about different dressing styles and stuff like that. On Wednesday on Instagram, I will post a lifestyle image so that it can something to do with street lifestyle inspiration. Just get a random picture, maybe a stock image. And then after that, I will do on Facebook, I will do event promotion where I will do shop announcement and stuff like that. And then on Friday, I'm going to do an influencer collaboration where I will talk with an influencer to post about my business. And then on Saturday, I will post a video of behind the scenes, maybe how a typical day looks like while I am in my business place. And then on Sunday on Instagram, I will do a customer highlight where maybe I will post a picture of my customer who has put on a sort of thing that they have bought from from my shop. So this is how a content plan looks like. Like this is very clear. You know what you're going to post on what day. You see that? So this is an example of a content plan. And then after that, you're going to set a posting schedule. So for example, for my fashionable attire, I'm going to post 3 times a week on Facebook and Instagram. I'm not going to post daily, but I'm going to post only 3 times a week. This is for my brand. And then after that, I'm going to monitor and analyze results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to track my social media analytics regularly to be able to determine what is working and what is not. And I'm going to adjust my strategy as needed based on the data that I am going to collect. So that is just a basic example of a social media strategy for a clothing brand like fashionable attire. But please, you remember that every business is unique. So your approach will vary depending on your goals, on your target, and on your target audience. So this is how a simple social media strategy looks like. And then another thing is a social media calendar. So for instance, for my fashionable attire, for my business, which is called fashionable attire, what I will do is, for instance, in June, maybe is the National Eyewear Day, I will share photos of our latest eyewear collection and encourage followers to share their favorite pair of eyewear. And then on Wednesday, remember I said I'm going to post only 3 times a week. So on Wednesday, I will post Wardrobe Wednesday, where I will post an outfit inspiration featuring our clothing for summer. And then on Friday, I will do a flash sale Friday, where I will offer 20% off all dresses for 24 hours. In case you buy within the 24 hours, you get 20% off the asking price. And then on Monday, I will do a Men's Monday, where I will highlight latest men's clothing and encourage followers to tag their stylish men in their lives, you see, and stuff like that. And then on Wednesday, I will do trending. I will share a roundup of current fashion trends and how to incorporate them into your wardrobe. And then you see, so you just have something basic like that. So this is a clear social media calendar where you will just follow from. You see that? And then the last thing is your community management. So the community management here we talk about responding to comments and stuff like that. Make sure that you have also clear objectives, increasing your brand awareness, your platforms, your community management, which includes monitor and respond comments, messages and reviews in a timely manner. Create and share relatable content that resonates with the target audience. Encourage user-generated content by running contests and featuring customer photos. Collaborate with influencers and brand ambassadors to widen reach and increase credibility. Utilize social media listening tools to monitor brand sentiment and opportunities for improvement. And analytics, make sure that you track your key performance indicators. So the key performance indicators of social media usually include reach, engagement, website traffic, and conversion rates. You should be able to analyze the data, and then you should use insights to inform content strategy and optimize ad targeting. You should be able to provide regular reports to stakeholders to demonstrate return on investment and inform decision making. With advertising, you develop and implement targeted social media ad campaigns based on audience demographics, interests, and behaviors. You create compelling creative ad and copy that drives clicks and conversions. You should monitor performance and adjust targeting and bidding strategies as necessary and stuff like that. So you can have you can have a very clear strategy like that, which can just something like one page is enough for your social media strategy. I hope that is clear on the on that on the example of social media strategy. Yeah. So the next thing is content management. I don't know if anyone has an addition to make on the social media strategy, or if you have questions on social media strategy. Okay, I don't see any serious questions. We can proceed. So, community management. So make sure that your followers are your community. Those likes, those followers, all those are your community members. So make sure that you treat them with care. Okay. What you should do is make sure that you are able to respond to comments and messages, because this shows your followers that you value their input and care about their experience. This is very, very important. And you should be able to manage negative feedback, which can be very challenging, but it is very important to be able to address any issues and offer solutions publicly. You should be able to encourage user-generated content, because it not only saves you time on content creation, but helps build a sense of community around your brand. Like in the example of fashionable attire, we say that you can do contests. You can ask your customers to post them the picture with the clothes that they bought from you, and then you see the best picture. You give them some giveaways. You build relationships with influencers, because the influencers can help you reach new audience and gain credibility within your industry. That is very important. So these are 4 important aspects of managing your community when managing social media. So that brings us to what we call social media audit. So why do you need what is social media audit? Social media audit is sort of seeing whether you are making success or if there is lack thereof in your social media management work. So why is it important that you do a social media audit? You do social media audit to ensure that each of your social media profiles is on brand and functioning correctly. Make sure that there is no defect in any of your social media related stuff, and ensure that everything is on point to be able to achieve your business goals. And then ensure that this social media audit helps to ensure that you are using the right channels for your brand. You see, where are you performing low? If despite the fact that you are sharing content maybe for over a year, but your engagement is not very encouraging, probably something is not right there. And then you should be able to identify and eliminate any inactive or abandoned account. Yeah, you see how many social media channels do you have as a brand, and which ones are not active, which ones have been abandoned, what are the reasons, do you need to eliminate that, or what is the problem? So that is important. That is another aspect of social media audit. And then social media audit also helps you to analyze your relevant social media activities. Yeah. Yeah, so that is it. So these are the 4 important reasons why every brand requires a social media audit from time to time. Usually between 6 months to 1 year, you should be able to do a social media audit for your brand and your brand presence. And there's a 6-step social media audit process. Number 1 is the platform. You identify which platforms are working for you. And then engagement. You look for opportunities to magnify the conversions by engaging with your customers. And then free or price. You try a mix of organic and paid posts. And then you see what kind of posts work for you, and then you scale as necessary. And then experiment. You set aside the time to dig deep and get to know each service. Research. Take a deeper look at your competitors' strategy. Learn what is working and what is not. For instance, if you are into business, maybe you are a news agency, you see what other news agencies, what is working for them, and what is not working for you. Do you need to change something? You see that. So that is something that you can do as part of your social media audit. Research. Long term, plan for the future. Like we said earlier, make sure that you look into the future. What do you want to achieve in the long run? Don't think about today and tomorrow. Think about think about the long term. Look into the future and see what do you want for your brand and how can you get there. And yeah, so while you're doing your social media audit, you need to focus on the following points. One of the points is analysis of your engagement quality. What is the quality of the engagement? Is it good? Is it where you see people only posting uh, uh, you see, there are some comments that people make that do not make sense. So if you get those kind of comments, you should be wondering about the quality of your engagement. So make sure that you properly take charge. You should probably analyze the quality of your engagement. And then elimination of brand gaps is another point that you should be able to venture into. Like we say that you look at your competitors, you see what kind of content do they share, what kind of strategies do they use. Do you need to venture into that? And then you need to review your post, and then you need to also take note of personal messages that people send into your inbox. Yeah, so the next thing is the key performance indicators for your social media brand. So the key performance indicators include the number of posts that you make, the reach of each post, the potential reach of your post, your social media budget, your social media shares, the number of likes and followers, your video views, the number of mentions and tags, the comments that you get, the issues that your brand is able to resolve. So these are what we call the metrics or the key performance indicators that you will use to measure success of your social media brand. And then we talk about analytics and reporting. Now, understanding the metrics that matter for your business is very, very essential. And monitoring social media performance in real time allows you to make quick adjustment to your strategy as needed. And analyzing data over time helps identify the trends and patterns that can guide future decisions. When you use data, you can improve your strategy by identifying what is working and what is not working. So we're looking at now social media advertising. Somebody asked earlier about social media advertising, so I'm glad that we are now in social media advertising. Now, there are several options available for social media advertising. These include sponsored posts, display ads, and influencer partnerships. So when you're setting up your advertising campaigns, it requires careful planning, including setting the budget that you want, targeting the right audience, and designing ad creatives that resonate with your target audience. Make sure that you do proper planning, you make sure you have a budget, a good budget for that, and then make sure you have the right audience, and you design ad creatives that resonate with your target audience. And then you need to measure your return on investment and optimize your ad spend are crucial for maximizing the impact of your advertising efforts. Like I said, you need to use those metrics that we left behind to be able to measure your success efforts in your advertising that. And then somebody was asking, yeah, so with for you to set up a social media advertisement, make sure that, like in the case of Facebook, make sure that you have an ad account, an advertisement account. Uh, the advertisement account, usually your personal profile already comes with an ad account. And then for your pages, make sure that you need to use the Facebook manager to be able to create an ad account for your pages. And then for Twitter, it's not very complicated. You just go there, you put your details, and then you are good. The same thing with LinkedIn. So with Facebook, Facebook is really good because when you run an ad, you can have the option to make sure the ad goes across Facebook, Messenger, as well as Instagram. So your money goes into 3 different platforms, which is good. So setting up an ad is not very difficult. I will later on show you how to set up an ad on on yeah on Meta Business Suite, which is not a big deal, as well as Twitter if time allows. So with the sponsored posts, this is a type of social media advertising which involves paying to have your posts or content appear higher in users' news feeds in order to increase its visibility and reach a wider audience. And then there's this thing that people don't understand about about social media, about social media advertisement. So with social media, when you're setting your ad will tell you that, hey, uh, we your ad has a potential of reaching between this and this number of people. So if your target of the ad was to maybe get engagement, so this means that your post will reach those number of people, but it does not mean that all those people will engage with your with your content. Like they may just see it, it will appear on the news feed, but they may not necessarily engage with it. Also, if your goal is to say, if your goal is to maybe get clicks, maybe you have a link and then you want people to click on that link. Also, Facebook will tell you that you will get on average this to this number of clicks. But that does not mean that all the people that the content will reach to will likely click on it. No, like it depends now on the person. Facebook cannot force the person to click on what on that link. So that is one thing that you people need to understand when somebody is explaining a business to you. Maybe you want them to boost your particular content. So when they explain this, you need to make sure that you truly understand that. So that is sponsored posts. And then we have display ads. So these are banner style ads that appear on social media platforms, usually on the side or top of a user's screen, and can be targeted towards specific demographics or interests. Yeah, so this is mostly common on some platforms where you will see by the side, you will see an ad is running, or on top of something, there is an ad running there. And then we have what we call influencer partnerships. So this is a form of social media advertising which involves you collaborating with popular social media influencers, popular social media users. Somebody who is popular is somebody who is known by many people, right? Because usually I most often confuse popular with famous. So when you're famous, you are sort of liked. No, okay. Famous is when you're known by many people, and popular is when you are liked by many people. And then you have a large following in order to promote your brand through sponsored posts or other types of content. Yeah. So that is influencer partnerships. So you see people online who have very huge following, and then you have a business, you can go talk to them. Usually they have a fee for that, and then you pay them, and then you agree on the terms and you strike a deal. So that is what you call influencer partnerships as a form of social media advertising. So the last thing is I'm going to share with you top 5 free social media management tools that you can use to be able to manage your brand. So I have chosen this. There are very many, but I have chosen these ones because these ones I have tested them, and their free offers can work really well, especially if yours is just a small business or you want to manage your personal brand. Okay, these ones can really work for you. The first one is called Buffer. I'm going to show you how the platforms look later. So Buffer is a popular social media platform management tool that lets users schedule and publish posts across multiple platforms. So Buffer is a paid tool, and it has a free plan. So with the free plan, you can connect up to 3 social media profiles. So let's say if you want to connect your Facebook, your Instagram, and Twitter, that is enough. So those 3 are enough for the free plan. And then in the free plan of Buffer, you can schedule up to 10 posts. When you're using the free plan, you can schedule only up to 10 posts, and then after that you have to wait again. You schedule another 10 posts. And then Buffer also has a content generator. It has an AI that allows you to generate content easily. So it's really good, especially if you don't have many social media accounts. Like if you have only Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, you can use Buffer to manage them. But I think it takes LinkedIn, it takes Instagram, it takes Mastodon, it takes Google My Business and stuff like that. And then we have Canva. Canva is not a traditional social media management tool. It is a graphic design platform that allows users to create visually stunning social media graphics. But Canva has a social media management aspect of it. So you can also add, you can add on the free plan, you can add up to, I think a good number of of your social media profiles, and you can be able to manage from there. I will show you the real one later. And then we have Metricool. Metricool is a social media analytics tool that lets users track their performance on various social media platforms. So Metricool is mostly common in Switzerland. That's good. It detects it can take a lot of, like, if you have this one brand, like it can take YouTube, it can take Google My Business, it can take Facebook. You can actually put a lot of them, yeah. So it's really good. It's good, especially the free plan. For people who don't have budget for that, I think it's a good one. And then we have Meta Business Suite. So this is from Facebook. So this one you can use it for managing for managing Instagram and Facebook. It's good, yeah. You can schedule as many posts as you want. There's no restriction because it is a free tool. It is a tool by Facebook, so you can schedule as many posts as you want, and you can get analytics and stuff like that, all for free. So all these ones here, they have both iPhone and Android apps. So this is why I've chosen them, so that you can also use them on your phone if you like. And then we have SEMrush. So SEMrush is not actually a social media management tool, but it is a digital marketing tool itself. You can use it for search engine optimization. You can use it for keyword search. You can use it for a lot of things, but it also has a social media management aspect of it. So with the social, you can manage it. It also, like Metricool, it can take a lot of accounts. It can take Google My Business. It can take Pinterest. and so forth. And then we have Later. So Later is a social media management platform and LinkedIn bio tool for every social network. It can help you plan, analyze, and publish. So the free plan for Later is just like the one for Buffer. It can take up to three social networks, I think, yeah. And then the last one, we have TripsMap. TripsMap, they just changed their name. They are now called Fedica. I think I just got their email today that they have changed their name from TripsMap to Fedica. So with the also, it is an all-in-one social media marketing platform, providing unmatched insight to better understand your target audience, identify new opportunities, and drive revenue. So with the free plan for Fedica, you can also add up to 3 social media accounts. So let me just take you through the first one, which is Buffer. So you go to buffer.com. I'm going to share the link in the chat box. You can download the app on, if you're using Android, you can download, yeah, so this is Buffer. So with Buffer, this is the homepage for Buffer. So what you can do is, if these are the tools, it has publishing, analytics, engagement. It also has a start page, and it has an AI assistant. So what you can do is, let's say you are new to Buffer, you can just click Get Started. Once you click Get Started, so because for me, I actually already have an account, so they just log me in directly because I already have an account. So this is how it looks like. This is how the interface for Buffer looks like. What's up? What is it with my screen? So let me just refresh. So this is the interface for Buffer. This is the publishing tab, and then yeah, so they have also introduced Instagram stories. You can now schedule Instagram stories if you like. So this is the publishing tab where you can see your content calendar. So if you want to create a post, you can just click this where you see create post. So when you click create post, this is where it brings you. So you can choose where you want to post. In this case, I have connected our LinkedIn, our Twitter, and our Google My Business. So you can just write your stuff here. If you have an image or a video, you can upload it using this. If you don't want, then you can just discard. In my case, I'm discarding it. So this is it. And then here we have analytics. So the analytics is not there in the free plan, except you pay. Yeah, so it's not there because I'm using a free one, so I will not get analytics. But if I had paid, I would easily get analytics. And then I can follow my engagement from here. This is also a paid page, a paid plan, but it's not there in the free plan. So with the free plan, you can mainly just publish content. And then here, you will see the content. So it can help you, you can save your content here. It has this page where you can save different types of content that you want. And then here it has the AI assistant, which helps you generate ideas. Yeah. When you come here, you want to create an idea, you see this. Let's say that you want to write a post. Maybe let's say tomorrow is, let's say, write. Let's say maybe I run fashionable. Attire, a clothing business in Juba, South Sudan. Maybe you say write 3 tweets, encourage potential clients to and then you can just do this, and this will attempt to sort of generate some basic ideas that that you may use to be able to generate just very basic content and stuff like that. You see, so it's like looking for latest fashion trends. Come check out what we have to offer at Fashionable Attire in Juba, South Sudan. Get the perfect outfit to make you stand out at Fashionable Attire in Juba. Get ready to update your wardrobe with the latest fashion finds from Fashionable Attire. You see, so like this is the work of its AI assistant. Now, if you like to save, you can save your content, and your content is saved here. You see, so next time you come, you can just click here, and then you can create a post using this particular tab. And here, this is your calendar, where you can see the content that you have shared and stuff like that. And then this one is campaigns. It's a paid plan. But if you want to add channels, this is where you add your channels. So when you click add channels, and then this is where you can connect your different platforms. You see they accept YouTube, Mastodon. Mastodon is not common in South Sudan. It's mostly in the US. And then you can connect TikTok, Google My Business, Instagram, Facebook group or page, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Shopify. So these are the channels that are accepted at Buffer. And then the good news is if you're running a non-profit organization, Buffer offers 50% discount for non-profit organizations. You can fill out their non-profit program, and then you will be able to get the discount when you subscribe to their free plan. And then somebody was asking about premium offers. So the premium offers are now, this is where you get extra services for your what? You get extra service. So when you come here, you can get the Buffer for iOS, Buffer for Android. They have some app called Remix, which is not all that. And then when you come to I wanted to check their pricing. So their pricing is here. So if you are managing how many channels, free. So this one you can go up to 3 channels, and then essentials you can pay $6 monthly for 1 channel. So let's say if you have like 4, or something like that, and then you have to pay $24 monthly, and yeah, and stuff like that. And then you can choose whether you want to pay yearly. So yearly it will be like that, and that is how these are their plans. So that is Buffer. I hope it's very clear. So you can try out Buffer if you're looking for a free social media platform to manage 3 accounts only. And then we have Canva. Let me check Canva. So this is Canva. I'm going to share the link in the chat box. You can just go to Canva. Yeah, this is the link to Canva. So this is how the interface for Canva looks like. I'm not going to talk about the graphics stuff because that is not our work for today. But when you come to the interface for Canva, if you're using a computer, you can just click on these apps, and then you will see something here written Content Planner. You see this? You click on the Content Planner. So this is where you can manage your social media from. So you click Add New here. You can click this. This allows you share, and then you can connect. This allows you to create a new post or an event. This allows you to share your content planner with others, and then here you can connect social accounts. So you can connect Instagram business, you can connect Facebook page, you can connect Twitter, you can connect Facebook group, you can connect Pinterest, you can connect LinkedIn profile, you can connect LinkedIn page, you can connect Slack, and you can connect this. I don't know how it's pronounced, but you can connect this social media media platform. So these are the platforms that are allowed on Canva. So you can easily. It also has an AI assistant, especially when you come to this Canva docs here. When you come to Canva docs, this is Canva docs, the first one, written doc. So with the Canva doc, it has what we call a magic write. So the magic write can sort of assist you in being able to create some sort of content as part of your social media management efforts. So what you can do is this, yeah. So this is your doc in Canva, and social media management. So when you come here, let's say, and then you click this plus, you will see this first one here. This one written magic write. So this one here is where you can create content using it. For instance, let's say let's say write 5 Facebook posts encouraging asking clients to buy from fashionable attire, a clothing business in Juba, South Sudan. Tell clients that prices are affordable and discounted, and then you enter. So what it will do is it will attempt to create, you see, like this: upgrade your wardrobe with fashionable attire's latest collection. Our prices are affordable, so you can look stylish without breaking the bank. Shop now. Looking for this and stuff like that. So like this, you've been able to just create very basic stuff, uh, and it helps you in your content creation efforts. And then what another thing is, Buffer has free offers. If you are a non-profit organization, you can apply for Canva for non-profits, and then you can Canva for non-profits. So you can apply using your organization certificate, and then you can get to use Canva for free. Also, if you are a school, you can apply for Canva for education using your school registration certificate, and then your school can get access to Canva for free, lifetime. And then if you are just if but the free offer for Canva has most of the things that I think anyone would need to perform most of those basic tasks. That is with Canva. And then let us move to the next tool, which is Metricool. Here, let me just click Metricool. We go to Metricool. So this is the interface for Metricool. Metricool is got at metricool.com. It has an app. So also Canva has an app. I didn't mention that, but Canva has an app, so you can use it. So yeah, so this is Metricool. It can take Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Google Business Profile, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and stuff like that. So if you don't have an account, you can just sign up here. I don't have an account even, so let me just try to register. You can also log in using Twitter, actually. You can log in also using Facebook. So I'm going to log in using, I'm going to create an account. Let me continue using, no. Let me just create an account, and then we go. So I'll just create an account using my email, using our email. And then I put a password. Yeah, so we go. So a confirmation email has been sent to my confirmation email has been sent. Yeah, so this is confirmation email. Let me just verify my email. Yeah, so our account has been activated. Yeah, so this is how Metricool looks like. You can connect. You can connect your website, by the way. You can connect if it is a WordPress, or you can use JavaScript tag or tracking pixel and stuff like that. You can also connect your Facebook page, Facebook group. You can connect your Instagram. You can connect your Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and it's really good. You can put your name. Then here you can see the analytics. And then the good thing with Metricool is you will get all your messages, your inbox messages from all the platforms. You will get them in your inbox here. You see, all your things will be here, and then planning purposes and here. And then if you want your premium, you can click here. I think they are cheaper than actually. So this is how their planner looks like. Yeah, their calendar. You can have your history, your auto list, and stuff like that. So with let us check their plans. Yeah, they have good plans in dollars, and then in euros annually. Yeah. So if you are managing 5 brands, $44 yearly, which is not bad. For a big business, it's not bad. And then if you're somebody who is managing, if you're a social media marketer, I think with managing 5 brands is a good gig for you. And then you can get PDF reports for how your brand is performing. So Metricool is it also has an app, so it's a good thing that you should try. Yeah, so let me just delete my account. I don't need this account for now. Let me delete it just. Uh, yeah. So, but that is basically how Metricool works, and yeah, you can try it out and see how it can work for your brand, and then if you're somebody who into digital marketing and stuff like that. Are you guys getting me? I see everyone is very quiet.
Yes.
We are
Okay,
getting
okay,
you.
okay,
Yes, we are
okay,
getting you. Thanks.
okay, great. Yeah, so the next thing is the Meta Business Suite. Let me check if I am logged into my Facebook account, because it is the one that will help me do this properly. So the last time I checked, it wasn't even bringing in the Google search. So let me just log into my Facebook. Yeah, so I have successfully logged into my Facebook account, and so let me come to my pages that I manage, and okay. So so this is my Facebook account, and then let's say this is you can come to the pages that you manage here, and yeah, for instance, this is a page that I manage. So what I can do is I will just click on this. This is a Meta Business Suite, and it also has an app on Android. It also has an app on on iOS for people who are using people who are using iPhone. Yeah, so this is how the business suite looks like. It has these notifications, this inbox, this content, this planner, these insights, and stuff like that. So you can create posts by clicking on this, and then yeah, and then here you can look at to-do lists, you can manage your marketing content and stuff like that. And then if you want to look at the planner, this is how your planner looks like, where you can schedule your post and stuff like that. And like I said, this is a free tool from Facebook, so it doesn't have a lot of restrictions. You can actually schedule as many posts as you can, and they can go to your Instagram. So for instance, if you're somebody who is very busy, you can dedicate your weekend to just create content for even 1 month, and then you schedule them, and then you just relax, man. People will just see your content going. What you will be doing is you will just be monitoring comments and inboxes and replies and stuff like that, but your work is literally done. So this is how the Meta Business should looks like, and you can connect your, like I said, you can manage as many Facebook pages and Instagram accounts as there are that you are managing, and it's really good. And then let's say that you can look at the content here, and if you are creating, I just want to look at 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 sort of setting up an ad. If you are setting up an ad, the procedure is the same for both using both the phone or the computer. So when you're setting up the ad, first you need to know your goal. What results would you like to get from this social media ad? For instance, if you leave automatic, this means that Facebook will select the goal based on your settings, you see. But if you want to change, you can change. Let's say your goal is to get more messages, your goal is to get more engagement, your goal is to get more leads, your goal is to get more website visitors, or you want to get more people to call your business. Depends on really what you want. Let's say in this case, I want to get more engagement, then I will save. Then you come down here. The second one is ad creative. You can leverage Facebook's data to automatically deliver different ad creative array to people when likely to improve performance. That one there, you can put it on, or you can put it off. And then what you can do is you want to get more engagement. In case you want to get more messages, you can put button here. In case you want to, what do you want? You want to put WhatsApp, you want to put Instagram and stuff like that. So in this case, I have not connected to WhatsApp, so I will just leave it. And then if your ad is about elections, employment, you can put this on. But if it is not, you can just leave this off. And then here, you need to target your audience. You see, like in this case, where are your audience? What is the age group? Is it you want to target men, women, or you want to target all? The gender, and then the age. What is the age of your target audience? Let's say 18 to 65. If you are targeting youth, you can reduce this. Maybe you say you want up to the age of 35 only, yeah. And then you come, what is the location? Here they say US, but you can, let's say I want to target people in South Sudan. Just type South Sudan. Then you click. If you want to also add another country, let's say you want your ad to reach people in Uganda, you can also put Uganda and you enter like that. So like this, your ad goes to two countries, South Sudan and Uganda. And then you come down here. What are the interests of your audience? Let's say that you're looking at, in this case, we're setting an ad for audience who are interested in social media stuff or business. So we can say we're looking at audience who are interested in digital marketing. You type digital marketing, and you put your people who are interested in news. You put breaking news, and then people who are interested in social media, and then yeah. So you can just set you can make sure that you target all your audience. Also, since it is a training, we're also looking at people who are interested in education, people who are interested in training, people who are interested in meetings. Let's say that. So you can sort of put a lot of you can put this, and then you come down here. So like this, you can save your audience. Your audience is done, and then you come here, and you can choose people through targeting like this, or you can just leave. You can put advantage audience if you like, and then yeah, you can put the date. When do you want your advertisement to go? Let's say we want advertisement to go tomorrow on Monday, which is 29th. We'll put 29th, and then for how many days do we want our ad to run? Is it 7 days? Let's say 10 days. You can increase here, 10 days, and then it will end on June 8th. And then if you want to put time, I see time as insignificant, but you can adjust the time if you want. You can adjust here, and then it can go accordingly. And then you can put the currency. Usually we use dollars in South Sudan. And then what you can do is, for these 10 days, how much do you want to spend? If you want to spend $1 per day, you can pull this like this. You can put it here. Yeah, so you have $10. So your ad will be charged $10 per day. If you have more money, $1 per day, and $10 for the entire advertisement period. That's why you see a total budget $10, total amount $10. Your ad will run for 10 days. If you have more budget, if you want to say you want to spend $2 per day, you can increase to $20, like that. So it will tell you that here, your advertisement is likely to reach 1,000 to 3,000 accounts per day, like that. And then where do you want your ad to go? Let's say we want our ad to go on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Messenger. And then you will put it here. And then you will put your payment method. What is your payment method? Is it a card? If it is a card, you can add. If it is PayPal, I think Facebook accepts. Do they accept Google Pay? I don't. They accept two only. Yeah. They accept card and PayPal. So if you have a card, you can put this. Also, if you have an ad credit, you can claim an ad credit. Yeah, and then you can put next. So that is how you set up an account. And then this is where you will see your results, estimated daily results, 1,000, 3,000 accounts, replies that you will get, 2 to 8 replies. Your budget is $20, and then you can schedule your ad. This one is not active because I have not added a payment method, but this is how you set a simple ad on Facebook, and that is how you use the Meta Business Suite. And then what we are going to do is the next tool. The next tool is SEMrush. Like I said, SEMrush is a real deal. Let me just, oh, it's not bringing for me. I think SEMrush is saying the site cannot be reached. I need to use a VPN. So sometimes it does that, but let me just share for you the link in the chat box while I activate my VPN so that I am able to access SEMrush. Yeah, so this is the link to SEMrush. Let me just activate my VPN, and then we can get going. In the meantime, if you have any questions about the previous tools, you can ask. Or if you have comments that you want to make, please do while I just fix my VPN. Thank you, guys. Yes, Dude Quach.
Yes, Peter. Yeah, your explanation is going all right, but something I don't understand on the heart. That budget you are making, is it you are the one paying or the money you get from the advertisement?
What are you saying? The ad that I was setting up?
Yeah, you were setting up that budget it brings. Is it the money you are getting from the brand or the one you will pay for
it is
the
the one.
advertisement?
It is the one that I will pay for the advertisement. It is the one that I will pay.
For the advertisement, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Moses?
Yeah, I have a small inquiry when you are placing the ad.
Welcome.
That's on the payment. Sometimes when you are attaching your card, it refuses. What can you do there?
Yeah, your card is South Sudan one, right?
Yeah, South Sudan card. Yeah, the card is in South Sudan. Yes, hello.
Sorry, guys. I was knocked out. Moses, I was asking, is your card from a South Sudan bank?
Yes, my card is from a South Sudan bank.
Yeah. So those cases are very common with South Sudan banks. So what you can do is this. Like what I do is this. I use virtual Mastercard. There's a platform. There's a Dubai-based platform called PayPal. It offers a virtual Mastercard. So what I do is instead I use my South Sudan card to top up money in that virtual Mastercard. Then I use that virtual Mastercard now to advertise. You get me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will share with you the link to that app, and then you can set it up. So you just have a virtual Mastercard. What you can do is you can just put in a small amount of money, maybe $10 or $15, just that you want to use for running your ad. You don't need to put a lot of money in it. You can just put $10 or $15 for you to run your ad, and then that is how that is what I do. Or if you have someone in Uganda, they can get for you the Airtel Money Virtual Mastercard. If you have somebody in Kenya, they can get for you the M-Pesa Virtual Visa card. I think so. These three options can work for you.
Okay, thanks. I'll look into them.
No problem. I wish you the best.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was knocked out because I was setting up my VPN. Yes.
Yes,
Francis.
Mr. Beda.
Yes,
yeah, sorry, I switched to my Android phone because my laptop went off. Now, yeah, there is a scenario that I need to share with you and the rest of the team regarding my business account. I had a business account that I established last year, and I was doing good. And then, surprisingly, in April, I realized that there was unauthorized user that accessed my my business account, And as you know, with Facebook, always when they, when they experience something weird, they disable your ad or your ad account. So at certain point, my ad account was disabled permanently. Like there was no way I could request for review or anything like that. And then I got confused of how this unauthorized user, because when I went to my business suite, I realized that there was unauthorized user in my business suite. But what surprised me was that how did this unauthorized user had an access to my business suite account? And then there are two scenarios that I suspected. One, of course, I use two authentication security, both for my Facebook and my business account. And then there was a scenario, my phone got spoiled, so I changed my phone. So in my new phone, I updated my personal Facebook account to, Google authentication security. And then I forgot to update my business account to authentication. Yeah, so I suspected that that scenario, and then there was another scenario that I suspect. There was a moment I connected my laptop to to certain internet, and then my browser. I think the security is not that because there are certain things that I did not update. So I was analyzing, because that one has costed me a lot. Like now I am in process, it has costed me a lot. Like now I'm in process of, getting a new business,
business account.
Business manager account, and then to start running an ad. And as you know, with Facebook always, it's very challenging. It's very challenging.
Very challenging.
So I was trying to figure out like how did unauthorized user access my business account.
So it can happen, like you said, that is correct. Mostly issues to do with security. Well, even recently the guy from there have been a lot of issues with compromised account that happen, and we just have to be, like you said, make sure that you tighten your security, the security of your accounts. That's very important. I think we'll have a session on digital security later on, because I'm not too much into that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mira.
Okay, great. So now the next one is SEMrush. So this is how SEMrush looks like. When you set up your projects, SEMrush looks like this. But we're not going to look into all these things. Our focus is this one, the one written social media. So you just click social media. It has this. It has the social media dashboard, social media poster, social tracker, social analytics, social inbox, social ads, and influencer analytics. So what you can do is the social dashboard, it looks like this. When you already add your accounts, so your social dashboard looks like this. Like in this case, it tells me these are my social profiles for the organization, my Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Facebook. And then our audience on Facebook is this, audience on Twitter is this, audience on Instagram is this, audience on LinkedIn is this, audience on YouTube is this, and audience on Pinterest is this. It gives you the percentage change. How many people have you gotten over time? This is the social dashboard. And then it has the social poster. The social poster is now what helps you to be able to post. You can, after adding those profiles, and then you can come here, when you click this, then you see new post. You see like this one, these are things that we posted in the previous days. You see that, all these ones here. So you will see all your profiles here. If you want to add a profile, you can add a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google My Business, and Pinterest. You see that? And then when you want to add a new post, you can just click new post, and then you can choose which profiles you want to post to, and then you can post here, and then you can make a few settings. If you want to post now, you can click this. If you want to schedule, you can do this. If you want to post regularly, you can post this. For instance, you want to post this post from this day to this day, and you want to post every 2 days, that same post, you see? And then life goes on. So that is the social profile for SEMrush. So the bad thing with SEMrush is it doesn't have an app, but but I think if you're using a computer, if you have access to computer, you just use computer to be able to post to what? To SEMrush. And then the social inbox brings you all the messages from your different social media profiles in one place. So you can easily reply to them from what? From here. You see, like here, all profiles. These are messages that we got recently, you see, and then you can just reply to them from here. So that is how SEMrush looks like. And then, yeah, I see Joseph had asked, why do I have to use a VPN? Because the IP address is blocked, my friend. So, so I have to use VPN because South Sudan IP addresses are blocked. So I have to use the VPN to be able to use it. And then the next one is later. So when you click later is here. You go to later.com. Let me share with you guys the link to later in the I share with you the link to later in the in the chat box, so you can just see later here. So this is how later looks like. You can click this to create an account. I don't have an account for later, but I'm not going to create it. So you can just explore it. But this is how it. This is the screenshots. It supports Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then this is how the homepage for later looks like. Yeah. So this is the homepage. It looks like this. Yeah. So you can create an account from here, and then you are good to go. Now, the last one is this, is Fedica, formerly known as TwipsMap. So you go to fedica.com and you can be able to manage up to 3 accounts on your free Fedica account. This is Fedica, good. And yeah, so this is Fedica. You can log in from here. I think I have an account for Fedica. Let me just log in. Let me put my email address. Yeah. So this is how Fedica looks like. It's formerly known as TripsMap. So you see, I have connected Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So I actually post my personal Twitter stuff. I post them from here because I can schedule up to 10 posts, and then I can stay for 10 days without posting again. Because on Twitter and LinkedIn, I don't have to post every day. I just schedule and then I do my stuff. And then it can give you analytics like this. Like, this is my follower overview. I have this number of followers on Twitter. My most active country is this. I can explore my map and stuff like that. And then you can publish from here. And yeah, so this is how Fedica looks like. So guys, that brings us to the end of our social media management tools. If you have any questions, you can ask. And of course, we are going to give you an assignment. And your assignment is to create a comprehensive social media strategy for a fictional business, personal brand, or nonprofit organization, including identifying the target audience, creating a content strategy, developing a social media calendar, and outlining a plan for community management, analytics, and advertising. In conclusion, social media is an essential part of any modern business strategy. So you need to understand the basics of social media management, and it will better equip you to create and execute effective social media campaigns that drive business results. Any questions? I finished at exactly 3 p.m. Any questions or comments or stuff like that? I'm tired. I need to drink some water.
Yes, Mr. Beda.
Yes, please. You can come in. Let me drink some water.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Beda. It has been a very long presentation. You know, at least yesterday, Mr. Andrew was, was taking part as well. But today, I think you've struggled more than the two of you struggled yesterday. Otherwise, it has been a very nice session, and I think so far we have understood the basics of social media management and how it exists in reality. In terms of some of the tools that we can use to make the effectiveness of how it works. Otherwise, I am very happy. And then I would kindly ask you to, like, later in the group, in WhatsApp group, you share all the documents, especially the document that that contains the social media strategy. It's a very nice document. Otherwise, I am very convinced. I'm very convinced with everything, and thank you for that.
Perfect. I'm going to share all these documents straight away. I'm sharing the presentation now, and then I will share all these documents will be shared. Thank you so much. Yes, Moro Moses, I see your hand is up.
Yes, Peter, I think it has been a wonderful session, and I appreciate what you have really offered today for the group. And I just want to ask one about the duration for the assignment that the project that you are going to give. When is it supposed to be submitted? And then two, I remember there was some training done, was it early this year or late last year, and there was certification after submission of the project. Is it going to be the same or not? I needed that clarification. Three, someone has been raising issues of attendance. I don't know if it is going to be there. Like yesterday, I think. Can also.
Yeah, let me share that. Let me share the attendance now. I'm going to do the certificates for last weekend session and this weekend. So you're going to have the certificate for the basics of entrepreneurship, and again you're going to have the certificate for this social media management. But it will be based on submission of assignment. If you submit the assignment, then you will get the certificate. If you don't submit the assignment, you will not get the certificate.
Yeah, sure. And now connecting it to the attendance, like yesterday, I got pushed out because of network. I didn't fill in the attendance.
No, there's no problem. If you actually, what we do is this, because we also do this session on YouTube. So sometimes people don't get to come in here, but then they get to watch the YouTube, or they get to see the presentation. Yeah, because sometimes just reading through the presentation, you can get like the basics of what has been happening. So even if you just read the presentation and then you submit your assignment, there's no problem with that. And then also attendance for 1 day is enough. Yeah, you don't have to do attendance for 2 days. Thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Waran, I see your hand is up. Yes, Waran. Yes, so if Waran is not there, Rachel, you can some heads up, and then we close. The attendance is in the chat box.
All right, Bida. I'll first of all like to appreciate you and your team for this great initiative. For everyone that stayed humble together from the start of yesterday up to date, congratulations for making it through. It's not easy for you to get your data on and enroll. Education requires you to sacrifice your time, to sacrifice your pleasures, and also at the same time to give in yourself for something new to enter into your life. And as South Sudanese youth, it is very important for us to empower ourselves. The more you're empowered, you empower a nation. The more you're empowered, you empowered your household. The more you're empowered, the more you also improve the image of your country. And I feel such kind of chances are really important. And also we encourage our fellows next time they should participate in. Sometimes our network can get really down, but then we shouldn't give up in learning more. Be it physical or offline, getting a chance to listen from our very own is important. I always tell people, no matter how far we go to, we think that's a better place. Coming back to South Sudan, we'll be having a different ecosystem. Our country is different from the rest of other countries. It means as an entrepreneur, you need to know your ecosystem. How exactly are things operating? Are they the same ways? Because at the end of the day, you are targeting different people, different gender, different environment, different things, and we're in South Sudan. So it's very good to get insights and information from those who experience in the ground and how exactly they can make a change for us. Currently, there are some things I couldn't access, but now I know how to access them. We cannot say that we know everything, but we learn every day. That's how you grow in to become an asset to yourself. And thank you so much, Bida. I'm grateful for this amazing opportunity. I hope in the nearest future as well, we get involved into much more and we see how exactly we can use the skills we gained and the knowledge to impact our lives, our businesses, and transform whoever comes out across our ways. Thank you so much and have a lovely Sunday.
Thank you so much, Ray, for those cool words. We sincerely appreciate. Guys, we have Mabe. I see your hand was up. That Rachel, somebody said that you're as good as English.
The person made my evening.
Yeah, my evening too. Yeah, Mabe, your hand was up. Yes, Mabe, you can speak. Mabe, you can speak, please. Okay, looks like Mabe is off. So please, guys, you can explore all those. We're going to share the presentation now. You can explore all those things at your free time, and in case you get any challenges, you can ask us in the WhatsApp group, and then we will be able to help you. Yeah. So we still have a lot of sessions. So these sessions happen every 2 weeks. So every month we have two sessions. So usually on weekends. So we have, I think we have the next session on investments. Like most people are facing challenges in making investment decisions, especially in this country, with issues, especially in the city, issues of taxes and stuff like that. But then how can you make that right investment choice? And then you also look at, some of you are engaged into, some of you have maybe a dedicated office work, but then they have the skills that they could actually explore to do side hustles. So we'll also dive into